Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. How's it going today? Happy Friday. If you're here in the Philippines at 6 p.m., it's time for Dan and Minnie's Journey weekly GCash giveaway. Yay! Let me bring up the comment section of the chat. Let's see who all is here. Let me wind it back in time just a little bit. I see we've got Moelma in the house. Moelma, what are you cooking up tonight? We got Rodell here. Rodell is here. Anime Reyes. Finger licking good. XOO. Moo. Sweet and spicy. No, that's sweet and spicy and sassy and saucy. Conan Girl is here. Jean Avery, Jean God, it sounds French. How are you today? God repairs, and God only knows I need repairing, don't we all? Phil John is here. How are you, Anna Mae? Madeline Reyes is in the house. RD Vlogs is with us as usual. Nicole and Stead family are probably going to win again. Probably. Dan and Minnie's Journey, let's go. Griselda, Chrissy Mama is here. ABCM channel, hi. Mega love shout out. Ads are running in the background in some areas. Josephine Caro is here. Hi, Josephine. How are you? Nice to see you. We've got Filipina Mel from Caridad in the house. Her daughter's doing well, I hear. She's recovering nicely. I hope she doesn't have any setbacks. And who else do we have here? Who else did I fail to mention? John YouTube channel. Click. 12 million people in the house so far. I hope we get up to 30, maybe 40. Perry Shaylee. Hello, Perry Shaylee. Oh, let's see. I'm excited always on Friday evenings to do these giveaways. Annie is here. Annie. Avencia. Is it Avencina? Avencena. I just went through that with Girly Cena, right? Didn't I? Avencina. I'm trying to learn how to do it. Trying to pick up on it so I don't get in trouble. Claire is here. Hi, Claire. The moment I met you, I swear. Yeah, don't sing. Mike Mary, good evening to the Philippine building tycoon, Dan the man who is not the orange guy. Definitely not orange. How is the building of your tower? We'll talk a little bit about that. Pretty soon, we're going to talk about that. I will let you know what's going on today and how we roll in the Philippines. Because, we have a little bit of a intermission going on with the building, right? And I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you what's going on, Mike, with the intermission. Anna G. Oh, who else? Jaylyn Verices. Nanang Sexy is here. Maybe you'll win today again. All right, so let's talk about a couple things. First, the first thing on my mind, I usually have a few things on my mind for these live streams, depending on how the day went. Yeah, I should oh, you know what? You're right, Mike. We should start filling the pig. That we'll start that next live stream. How about that? I have to find the pig. The pig is probably in the bin. It's probably in storage. Mildred is here. Mildred, how are you? How's the other half? How's Ramir? Is it Ramir? Ramir, yeah. So I don't want to end up marrying you off to somebody else by accident. So let's see. The first thought of the day, right before we get started here. Never, ever let someone interfere with your own happiness. Generally speaking, if somebody tries to do that with me, and for some reason, when you get known yeah, a little bit on YouTube, Nicole is here. Hi, Nicole. These types of things happen where people send you, you know, arbitrary, nasty stuff, nasty grams, nasty grams for lack of a better word. And I don't know if they do that because it makes them feel better, but it certainly does not affect me in any kind of way. Because when I first started, I think I learned this lesson when I was a kid, and that was that I used to sell, of all things, some of you are going to laugh, right? But I used to work for a company called Cleveland Cotton Products, still in business today. Probably have been in business since the beginning of time. And I would go to business trying to sell, of all things, handy wipes, wipers. You know, the towel people that come up to you on the street? Well, they had every kind of towel imaginable for every kind of job, for cleaning hotel rooms, for going lint free, for using them in laboratories, for using them in hospital settings, for using them on your car, at home, anywhere. I had the product for you, right? I had a catalog that was this thick. And I was replacing a guy who was known as one of the one of the best single order salespeople that the company has ever known. And they were very upset to lose him. And I came in behind him taking his place. And so they give me his customer list, right? And I'm all enthusiastic Dan, right? I'm just like, I can't wait to get started. I'm going to make some money. I had all motivation going my direction. Oh yeah, your mama, Mike. That's a good point. No one's opinion matters except your mom and your wife. That's absolutely a true statement. And so, what ended up happening? So I have his list of customers, and I start calling on his customers, right? The ones that normally ordered from him. I go in the first customer, and on my very first day, and I start talking to the owner there, and I said, "Hi, I'm from Cleveland Cotton Products, blah 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 blah." And the guy looks up, he's looking up on one of his shelves, and I look up there, and I could see 3 boxes of Cleveland Cotton Products, right? That the previous salesperson had sold them, and they had yet to be opened. So I said, "Hey, is that our product up there?" And he goes, "Yeah." And so he says, "I'm not really in the market for any more products because, as you can see, those are the 3 boxes that I bought for the last 3 visits of the young man before you." I said, "But I'm kind of at a loss for understanding what the boxes are doing up there." "Well, you see, I had actual no use for the boxes of wipers." But he was such a nice guy that every time he came by, I couldn't help but buy a box of wipers from him. And so there they sit up there on the shelf. I said, "Well, so," I said, I started understanding at that point, it was not based on need, the way you were selling. See, I always thought that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fill the need of the customer. Customer needs something. I'm going to discover what that is, and I'm going to try and fill that void, right? But it turns out that it was more relationship oriented than I ever could imagine. And I heard no a lot that day, but on that day, I learned basically to ignore the no based on what that very first customer told me. He explained to me that it wasn't a matter of need more than it was a matter of developing that relationship with the person that you want to do business with. And I soon discovered that that was true for the most part. If they liked you, they were going to do a business with you. You would have to do a certain amount of sniffing around or snooping around to see what the customer might need. But other than that, you weren't going to really make the sale unless you hit that sweet spot relationship with that particular customer. And what it drove me to understand was that you would talk about things that they were interested in, not what you were interested in, based on observation, you know. And oh, anime, congratulations. Oh, wait, thank you very much. I should be thanking you for being a member for 14 months. Yay! If I had a noise making machine, I would be playing the clapping part. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. And so, so I basically then I was taught, or I learned, you know, based on the conversation I had that day with that man, that most important was just to ignore the negative responses. And so when stuff comes over, emailed to me, or comes through the chat, or comes through any other kind of way, you know, I pretty much ignore the negative comments. You know, I won't even entertain them. I won't even read them most of the time, right? I just pass right on by and keep on smiling. And so in that way, in that context, I suppose I am talking about not being influenced by the you know, the negative folks that are out there. There are plenty of them. They're more negative probably than positive folks in the world. You know, they're probably more full glasses of water or empty glasses of water than there are full. But anyway, the whole thing is, what was I trying to say, Mike? Half empty or half full? Anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. Oh, that's what I'm going to tell you about the stone delivery, because it isn't going to happen. But one more thing I want to talk about. No, I'll talk about what happened today, and then we'll go into my next idea to share. So now, yeah. So that being said, never let anybody interfere with your own happiness. No one controls you. You know, no one controls. There's no mind control. People might think that there is, but there really isn't. You know, and so you're a free thinker, and you have free will, and so that's if you have the will to be happy, you most likely will be happy. So now, let's talk about what happened today. So I did the live video this morning, John, and that video I was taking people around to show them the banana trees had to be cut down and the stumps had to be removed. And I cut a deal with this crew, right? I cut a deal for they flat rated me, which was a mistake because it got done really fast. So one thing, listen, sometimes you eat the bear and sometimes the bear eats you, right, Mike? So anyway, what ended up happening? It's a funny story, really, but those stumps, those tree stumps that had to be removed, were so rotted out. They'd been sitting there for so long that they took them out within minutes. They just crumbled right in their hands. I didn't know. I was looking at them. I was looking at them going, "Whoa, this is going to be a tough job." You know, I mean, look at how big these stumps are. And the guys came. They came over with a couple of pickaxes, and the first strike, you know, dunk that I see on a pickaxe, the thing starts to crumble into mulch. So I'm thinking to myself, honey, can you come over and take a look at this? It impacts your outlook on life. There's no question about that. You know, if you see the positive in everything, it definitely is going to change your outlook. And so, and that probably is the key right there, Mike. But anyway, so I was laughing at myself when this happened. I laughed. Am I allowed to say that word? I laughed my ass off. I thought it was the funniest thing that had ever happened. So I knew these guys are going to be. So I'm looking around, going, yeah. But you have to get the small ones too, you know, and you have to get the banana trees out. And I want you to cut the banana trees up into bite-sized pieces, right? I don't. If you don't mind me saying, I don't get stumped by stuff like this, right? Nor complicated things. I mean, if you have the dream and the vision, you could always make the thing happen. You always can. I've never had a situation that I could not make happen what I wanted to make happen. You know, and so I'm not one. Once I make a decision to clear this land, and to level it, then the rest of it is just nothing but labor, right? Because once you make the decision, which is the hardest part, then you just go full steam towards your goal. And so that basically is what happened. What happened was the guys that came in there, they went tap, tap, the stumps fell apart. I started laughing because I started going, well, that part's done. And then we spent the rest of the time cutting down those live banana trees, which was not an easy task. It certainly wasn't easier than taking the stumps out. But it was a very hot day, and those guys worked about 6 hours all total getting that stuff out of there, right? So then, see, here's what I'm gonna tell you a little bit, right, about this, right? Uh, I'm gonna share an incident that occurred, right? So then we have, I don't know, half a ton or so of banana trees, right, sitting there. And then the neighbors are coming over and people are coming over commenting to me. Yeah, and they also can be used for tilapia breeding. Mike knows this. Banana trees can be used for food for cows and also food for tilapia. And so now when I found that out, Mike, I started hoping, wait, somebody is going to come by and take this, and then they're going to haul it away for free because they're going to feed it to their livestock, or they're going to take it over to the fish farm where they're growing tilapia. So they piled it all on one side of the property, closest to the road. And then the neighbors come over, hey, that's a lot of stuff. The neighbors are going to get mad at you if you leave it lie there on their property like that. Half of it was on one person's property, half of it was on ours. I didn't intend for that to happen, right? I wanted it all. I'd given them instructions to put it all on ours because I'm very sensitive and aware of that sort of stuff. But some of it ended up over on the other owner's property. And of course, a lot of people also came up to me and just said, just throw it over there. What are they going to do about it anyway? They were saying stuff like that. I was like, nah, I'm not exactly that kind of people. I'm not exactly built that way, to throw it over on somebody else's land until wait for it to disintegrate. So here's what happens next. So then a couple of neighbors come over and they're like, yeah, you're going to have to figure out some way of hauling this away. So I remembered this. When in other videos that we've done, or maybe I haven't posted them yet, there's a lot of trees being torn down in the neighborhood because there's a lot of building going on. And we have a lot of building going on. That means trees are coming down. So I went, hey, how are they getting rid of these trees, right? What are they doing with them? So Minnie and I, we go walking down the road, the Barangay Road to the main highway. And I'm looking around, I see a whole bunch of trees that have been cleared, right? And I go up to the owner who is sitting there because he's working on the fence line. He's going to be building a new house. He's working on the fence first, which is a pretty common practice here in the Philippines, I would say. And I go up to him and says, hey, what are you doing with all your waste, the tree waste? Because if you got somebody to haul it away, what do they charge? Send them over to our house. I will pay to have all the debris hauled away. And then he looks over and he goes like this. And he's pointing, right? And I look over and I see these guys, in the not for hire truck, right? And I go over to the guys in the not for hire truck. It says not for hire. And I said, hey, can I hire you guys to remove some debris? Of course. Listen, this is funny, right? Yeah. Just point me in the direction of the truck that says not for hire, and that's the people that I want working for me. Anyway, Fiona Cañas is here. All's well that it ends well because I was able to hire the not for hire truck. And they promised me that they will be here tomorrow to haul the debris away. I wanted that all out of the way, but I called the rock company. This is what Mike was asking, the question Mike was asking. I called for the good evening, Anna. I called the rock company and I said, okay, all right, you can deliver the truck, deliver the first load, keep them coming until we have all 10 trucks dumped out over there. Because I figure I'll get all the rock there, and then I'll worry about hiring the shovel men in order to start leveling the land, right? We'll get those first 10 trucks out of the way, and then I most likely will need another 10 trucks, right, to come in. And so I say, let her rip. And she goes, excuse me, sir. We have a little bit of a dilemma. She goes, uh, this is election day weekend, and so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, nobody works. And so we won't be able to get going until Tuesday. Chow Ram is here, right? Chow Ram, Crystal Adventure in the house. Ramel Guapo, nice to see you. Madeline Reyes is hanging in there with us. So we get stuck, right? We basically have a 3-day weekend. And then on Tuesday, they'll start the first load of truck. It's okay. That'll give me time to go in there and survey the land a little bit more to see what else is going on. Mark is here. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Good evening. Good evening. I hope everything's going well. And oh my gosh, Mark, since you're here, Mark, what about that terrible accident that happened in Tarlac? I heard 10 people lost their lives. Is that true? Jerry is here. Hi, Jerry. Precious in the house. Yeah, that they had a bus. They think the bus driver fell asleep and was screaming down the highway, went through Tarlac, and smashed into the cars that were waiting at the toll plaza. And I understand that 10 souls have lost their lives over that. And I'm telling you, the president of the Philippines could not have acted soon enough to get new legislation through or a new presidential decree that orders Department of Transportation to batten down the hatches. Yes, sir, and a 2-year-old kid only survived, Mark said. If you've ever been through Tarlac is a beautiful area. It's changed a lot since the first time that I was there. Des is here. Energy's here. Pinky Gray, what do you say? Thanks for the share. I swear. Mildred. Yeah, Tarlac is, it's going to be a futuristic city, in my opinion, one day. It's on your way to Crystal and Mark's house up there in Pangasinan. I is here. I. How are you? The place is filling up. So it was very sad to hear about that. So anyway, Mike, that's the story on the house. The house gets going. Starting Tuesday, start delivering the rock, and then we'll start getting it leveled off. And I know it's a weird way of doing. I would rather use fill dirt, right? Yeah, Tarlac on the way to Pangasinan Dao. That's right. So you probably know about that accident, right, Jerry? Yeah, 10 people were killed, and again, it had to do with a Department of Transportation license issue, of a bus driver. Nobody knows what happened, but they have a feeling that he fell asleep because they just push so hard trying to get customers to where they need to go without getting the rest that they need, and accidents like this end up happening. Shani Rasa is here. Alisa Alim is in the house. Ramil Guapo. Okay, 29 people are here. So now the other thing I want to talk about before we go into giving away the money on the weekly giveaway is this. Des, do you guys know who this caught my attention, right? Do they teach philosophy in school here in the Philippines? They used to teach it in the States. They used to teach it. And they no longer, Glinda's support team is here. They used to have philosophy as as you used to teach it, right? It was part of an English critical thinking. JC Vlog is here, and they no longer teach it. And so this is the first time I heard about Niccolo Machiavelli. See, now I'm paranoid about mispronouncing names. I would say Machiavelli, and Wikipedia says Machiavelli. Machiavelli, Niccolo, born in Florence, Italy in 1469 and died June 21st at the age of 58 in 1527. And what was that all about? Yes, in seminary, they're going to teach philosophy. So he was a philosophical historian. He was a political advisor. He was a diplomat. And what he had to say was something pretty interesting, because if you're watching world events right now, all these moving parts, right? All these moving parts. You have everybody, it seems, I mean, not everybody, but you have a lot of people, a lot of leaders of heads of states that want to rule the world. They want to run everything, right? Anime said we had philosophy subject when you were in college. Yeah, that philosophy would be one of the requirements for graduation if you're going to get a 4-year degree. But here's what it. Let me give you a short synopsis of his belief. He was a diplomat, author, psychologist, philosopher, and historian, and his main belief system was that acquiring a state and maintaining it requires a certain level of evilness. The idea is that you can't be an effective leader or ruler without being cruel. The occasional cruelness helps. And to accomplish their means. So whatever their agenda is, they have to, be a little bit evil, and sometimes they have to be a lot deceptive, right? In other words, nice guys finish last. So if you think that nice guys finish last, please give me your idea behind that in the comment section below. He believed that it's necessary in order to maintain political power, but you can't appear to be too mean, right? Or flaunt your wealth to the masses. So we have a lot of things going on in the world. We've got leaders that project themselves out to be for the common man, for the common human. Right? And then I started thinking about this philosophy. And see, it's a reason why I don't like the current state of the world right now, from that perspective that it appears that there's a horse race and everybody is jockeying for position, right? And in that jockeying for position, they're being a little bit deceptive to the populace. I think I'm only bringing this up because election day is coming. You're going to be asked to vote for somebody, right? And so when you go to the polls, keep this a little bit in mind. That you're voting for someone that will be the best candidate for what your beliefs are, what you believe in. But you have to take that with a little grain of salt. Sometimes you're voting, and the candidates that are involved they all have a certain level of evilness and deceit. See, and so I'm all for the democratic process. I'm pro democracy. People should vote for their leaders, but I doubt that there's a leader among the current leaders of the world that have not written the 2 books that Machiavelli has written in order to get an idea of how they endear themselves to their voting public. And that's pretty much all that I want to say about that. And so you should, you're the BG. Okay, Des, thanks for coming. Yeah, I think nice guys finish first because they become better people. See, they're better. Let me see the whole. Let me highlight that. Okay, I think that nice guys finish first because we become better people when they show being nice makes us nicer. Yeah, there's a lot to that, and also that whole thing we talked about at one time in one of the live streams about having the smile on your face and how it makes you happy, even if you're sour that day. You can be sour one day, and you start wearing the smile, and then it changes your whole personality. And at first you're like, all right, I will put on a smile, but it's going to be a fake smile, right? Turns out in the beginning, maybe you thought it was going to be a fake smile, but then you realize that you're wearing the smile the entire day, and somewhere along the lines, you forgot that you weren't as happy of a person as you normally are. And the smile helped a lot. So it's an interesting concept. Anyway, I am that kind of guy. Alien Cruise Official is here. I'm a bit of a philosopher. Jenke Lalap is here. Hello, Poe. What do you know? Support from Miss Pink. We love Pinky Gray. She's going to have a giveaway soon, right, Pink? Are you doing any entries tonight? Are you having a live stream? All right. Don't forget to go over to Pinky Gray's channel. Let's see what's next. All right. So now, how are we doing this contest? Everybody in this stream has a chance to win pesos 333 today. That's pesos 333. 333. Three of you will win 333. And how you do that is we're going to do, I said I was going to do random generator today. And I think I am. You know why? I want to add 5 more numbers to the game to make it more interesting. So normally we would guess a number between 1 and 25, but today we're going to use the random number generator, yay, on Google, and we'll do a number from 1 to 30. And so because 30 people are here, right? Or should we do, Mike, should we do 33 people? Yeah, that's better. We'll do 33, 1 to 33, which means that this is very, very simple. All you have to do in order to win is guess a number between 1 and 33 in the chat. And then we'll generate the number using we'll let you guess first. That's 1 to 33. And then we'll generate the winning number after the fact, after everybody has guessed. Right? I'm changing it up a little bit. It's a little bit more interesting. Lorraine Pajadas is here. Glenda Montero is here. Oh, happy birthday to your daughter, Lorraine. Okay, so 3 people will have a chance to win 333, and we're changing things up. You're going to guess a number between 1 and 33 tonight. 1 and 33. And then what I do is I will put in the chat I will put start. When we start the game, I'll put start. And when you see start, that means it's the start for you to start guessing. And then I will put stop in the who's texting me right in the middle of this? Then I'll put stop, and that means guessing time is over. So that's how we're going to do it. So when I put start down here in the chat, and you see it next to our name, then you start guessing a number between 1 and 33. And now you only get 1 guess per person. So if there are 38 million people in here, I should only have 38 million guesses. So that's how we're going to do this. 1 person, 1 guess. All right? We'll know if you guess more than twice because there'll be, instead of 38, there'll be 39 million guesses in here. And then once we stop, I'm going to the random number generator and I'm going to generate the number after the fact, right? And maybe I'll point my phone towards the camera so you could see it generating the number Maybe not. I don't know how it goes. And then we'll see. And then the first person to enter the number that the random number generator generated ends up winning the pesos 333. Now we're doing that 3 times. All right. We're live now, let's see, for 37 minutes and 48 seconds. 36 million people in the house. I suspect that more people will be jumping in here. What do you think, Manny? And that's how we're going to do it. Okay, you guys ready to go? It's a number between 1 and 33. And you're going to start guessing as soon as you see the start show up in the chat next to our name, our channel name. Only one person, one guess. Ready, set, I'm entering it now. As soon as you see it, then you may start guessing. Oh man, look, it's going crazy. And then I will give you warning when I'm getting ready to put the stop command in there. That would be the stop guessing. So you're going to stop guessing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. I meant to say this. Hey, if you already guessed and then you see somebody else guess the number and you have no chance of winning, don't go retract it. That wouldn't be right, would it? You have to take your punishment, you know? So I think I may have seen that just happen, but I'm not sure. Okay, stop. So now I'm going to the random number generator. Let me see if I could find it here on my phone, right? Random. I have to be cautious here because I think I've been doing my banking and everything on this phone. And you know, sometimes, okay, so let me set the perimeter from 1 to 33. All right, so now here's the random number generator. I don't know if you can see it. So now 10 isn't the number. I haven't selected a number yet. 1 to 33. And now I'm going to hit the generate part and then I'll show you the number that it picked. All right. And we'll see if we have a winner. It picked number 26. That worked out okay. It picked number 26. So in other words, this is totally random, right? It's totally random. And so do we have a winner at number 26? Do we have a winner? Larice is here. Larice is here. Welcome in, Larice. Who won? John did? Phil John? That's all right, Larice. We're not going to penalize you today. There's no fine. Phil John won. Congratulations, you won. Phil John won 333 pesos tonight. The first winner of the evening. Now, here's the other dilemma, Phil John, and that is that you have to send me your GCash number in my chat messenger. That's Daniel Herrera in Facebook. You have to send it to my messenger, or you have to check with somebody here who will give you the link to that Facebook page or to my messenger account. That's Daniel Herrera right there. Phil John, that you got it. Send me your GCash number. That's Daniel Herrera. Look for my face. You'll see it in Facebook. Match us up, and we'll be good to go. That worked out okay, right? Don't you think? Boo! I hear boo coming from the crowd. Genesis here, Garcia. Did I pronounce that correctly? Abby G is here from Quezon City. Oh, I like Abby G so much. Charmaine is here. I know I probably missed shouting out a couple of your names. I do apologize. You know, as I get older and my eyesight fails, it's dark in here. It's dark living in Dan's world. Roll the R's, Dan. Garcia. 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 Good advice there. Good advice, Jerry. Good advice. Josephine is here. Josephine, let me give you a jacket. Can I do that? Josephine, did I give you a jacket? Did I do that okay? Herrera. 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 Garcia. Herrera. Dan, it doesn't matter. It's your channel. We follow your rules. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. God repairs void. Wait. Remember, no ninja channels in here. So that was the other thing. You can't ninja channels aren't allowed. It's one person, one vote, no matter what your channel name is. All right, so I'm happy with this outcome. So are you ready? It's 44 minutes into the chat, something like that. I'm having a good time. What about you? I got the weekend off because it looks like we're not getting any rock, you know? So anyway, yeah, the winning number was 26. I'm not getting any rock this weekend, and so I don't know what to do. You know, I guess we're going to have to go out and eat barbecue. We're going to have to go out there. Is it safe to be out there during election weekend? Are you having a good time, Pink? That's great. All right, let's go again. Thank you, Jerry. Let's go. Let's go. Roll the R's. Roll the R's. All right. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's the link to my Facebook account. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Filipina Mel. I like your channel name change, by the way. I have to get used to it. You know, I'm so used to saying Melanie Calapayan, Melanie Calapayan. I'm so used to saying that. You know, when I see it, Filipina Mel's Life in the Province. That's a good name. That says it all. That's Mel's life. So now let's go. Let's go again. Number 1 to 33. Let's go again. Are you guys ready to go? Second test. Second time at the contest. Let's see. When I put start in the chat, you may start guessing, but you only get one guess. One person, one guess. And don't, if you guess ahead of somebody, behind somebody who already guessed your number, be honest. You have taken your shot. Don't change your guess. That wouldn't be fair either, right? All right, I just make the rules up as I go along. Are we ready? Here we go. When you see start, enter the chat there. You may start guessing. I'm entering it now. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. 41 million people in the house. 41 million people are here. Okay, I'm getting ready to put in the stop command. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lorraine Pajadas, you're number 1. Don't ever change. Yeah, okay. All right, now it's time to go to the random number generator. Retract. Who retracted anime? There's no retractions. No retractions or apologies are allowed on this channel. Remember that. Oh, let's see. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I have to go back to the random number generator. Let's see. Random number generator, 1 to 33. Okay, 1 to 33. All right, I'm getting ready to push I haven't pushed it yet. I'm getting ready to push this button to generate the number. I don't know if it'll let me show you or not. I don't know if I can do it. 10. Now 10 comes up. 10. That's the number. Winning number is 10. Do we have a winner? Do we have a wiener? Oh my goodness gracious. The mechanics of this just suck. What? Abby G? Abby G wins. I'm so excited, Abby G. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. What are you going to do with the money? Are you going to go to Kenny Rogers for dinner, maybe? Will 333 cover that? Abby G? Abby G wins. Okay, so remember, though, be nice. Congratulations to Abby G. Be nice. And Abby, I probably have your number already in my chat, but just make sure by giving me your number on a separate line, your GCash number I'm talking about. All right, who is here? Gracie is here. Is it Grace or Gracie? Gracie Gaudan, Mix Vlog. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks, Pink. All right, standard moderator. Any friend of Pinky Gray's is a friend of mine. Yes, sir, Dan, I'll send it again. Thank you so much. You're welcome. What a nice Friday evening, huh? Yeah, what a nice Friday evening. Yeah, Jerry's right. It'll probably buy you an Angel Burger or a Big Mac. Yeah. But I probably won't get you the full meal deal at Kenny Rogers. Yep. But I had so much fun doing that, Abby G. The next time we're there, I don't know, now that we're in this new house thing, this new house build, I don't know when the next time we're going to be in Manila, but I'll let you know because we'll get together again. We'll get together a little bit closer to where you live this time instead of having to make you take an airplane in. she turned out, I thought it was close to where she lived. It turned out we were way far away. And so she had to come. She took a motor taxi, right? And it took, what is it? The bike taxi, the motorcycle taxi. It took a long time for her to get there, but and cost a little bit of cash. Yeah, so I'll make sure. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't spend any time or money trying to come and see me. That would totally and completely be. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that whenever we do whenever I know I'm in your neighborhood and I want to visit somebody, I'll let you know, and then Minnie and I will make the arrangements to come to you, or we'll make the arrangements to pay for you to come to us. That's only fair. All right, who else is here? Who else is here? Jocelyn or Joycelyn. Joyce Lynn. Solomon. How are you? Pera numero uno. Yeah, one number only when you guess. All right. So now let me explain the rules one last time before we do the final random pick here. The final 333 pesos that we're going to be giving away. So far we have Fel John, who won with the number 26, and Abby G, who won with the number 10. Congratulations to you two. So now we have one prize left to give away. One prize for 333 pesos. And that will conclude the live stream and the weekly giveaway. So I just want to go over the rules. We're picking a number between 1 and 33. You're going to guess the number in the comment section when I put start in the comments next to our channel name. So you're going to see that, and then you start guessing. Then I will put stop, but I will give you a warning. I'll give you a warning when I put stop in the chat. You only get one person, one guess. No ninja channels are allowed. All right. It's one person, one guess, not one channel, one guess. Otherwise, we'd have a million people in here, right? So you only get one guess. I will put stop, but I'll warn you it's coming by doing a 5-second countdown. And then we'll put stop. And then we'll go over here to my cell phone. We'll do the random number generator. And we'll see if you won. So that's how we're doing it. A number from 1 to 33. And now, because this is a random number generator, it's conceivable that number 26 and number 10 could actually come up again. You know, they could, the random number generator, it probably wouldn't happen, but it could happen. That's the point. So I wouldn't tell you not to guess 26 or 10 that have already won, because there's a possibility that they could win again. All right, let's get this going. So you guys know the rules. So everybody that's here that showed up, you have a chance to win pesos 333. All right, we'll work out the other details later. Now I'm getting ready to put start in the chat next to our name, our channel name, Dan and Minnie's Journey. When that appears in there, go ahead and start guessing a number between 1 and 33. Here we go. Okay, I'm sending the message now. Oh, we got a lot of guesses in here. 47 million people in the house. Thank you for showing up and participating. I hope one of you win tonight. All right. I'm getting you ready to enter the stop guessing command. And that is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here it comes. Stop guessing. All right. There you go. Now I'm going to go to the random number generator. Here it is again. Parameters are the same. See, from 1 to 33. And I'm pushing the number. I'm pushing the generate. Boom! Number 30. Yahoo, that's a solid number, number 30. Okay, so it selected number 30. 2 ads. Ads are running. Ads are running. Number 30 was the winning number. Des, did you win? Whoa, it's been weeks since Des has won. It's about time. Des, congratulations. Des is the third and final winner for 333 pesos by selecting number 30 as her guest. Congratulations to all the winners. I appreciate you coming here and supporting the channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. And watch that ice cream video. I posted another one with the ice cream lady. She was amazed at that one that we did prior. Did something like 26,000 views, and it's still going. And the one that's in there now, the ice cream, the one that we're talking about for today, it's got something like 2K views. And so, yeah, let's just keep going. You know, maybe I'm turning it into, what do they call that? A short video channel, which would be fine, you know. I love the shorts. They're fun to do. I have weird thoughts that I could share with you through the short videos. Let's see if I can find Ma'am Minnie. Ma'am Minnie! Minnie! Can you come in here and say hello to the people? Mammy is going to come in here. We're going to wave goodbye together. Here she is.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. They love seeing you. Oh. Here you go. So she was Minnie was supervising the work today. Minnie was running around. She works really hard. She was supervising the workers today outside, removing the stumps, making sure that everything was done correctly. Sir Mike, Anime, Des won tonight. Phil John, Abby G won too. Abby G and Des. Those are the 3 winners tonight. All right, everybody. Have a happy rest of your evening, and we'll see everybody later. Bye bye. All right. See you on the next one.